Hey, so sorry, this was a little last minute. I didn't make slides, but I think it's actually sort of on message because the social web community group, a lot of people ask what's going on with it, when is it happening, is there going to spin up a normative working group again? And in true decentralized fashion, the honest answer is maybe, I don't know. It depends, it's complicated. So there's been an increasing sort of groundswell of non-commercial actors in the space, trying to drive interoperability between each other. Really big event at FallStem with a lot of groups that have, decidedly non-commercial organizations behind them working on some of this stuff. There's a lot of grassroots, implementation of one kind of projects that are driving a lot of the work. And in Anaheim, we had kind of a breakthrough. There's a lot of people clamoring for spin up the normative working group again, maintain specs, update specs, give some peace of mind to the bigger players that are trying to operate on web scale. And a lot of smaller players who are just really nervous about hey, I can barely afford to make one meeting a month. If all of a sudden there's 100 meetings, I need a full-time person. None of us have a paycheck. So we worked out some compromises to build consensus among these drastically different business models and organizational shapes. We took a page from the Federated Credential Management Working Group Community Group, literally took a markdown document from their GitHub repo and forked it a little bit to keep a lot of the work in the community group if and when working group or working groups spin up. And that helped ease a lot of the anxiety about, hey, big players swooping in. So now we've got the community group's really humming, the meetings are always jam-packed, and now, thankfully, one of the biggest sources of conflict is over how many agenda items can happen in each working group meeting, which is always a good sign. We sort of have been parallelizing a lot of the work, so there's a lot of task forces working on specific little projects and trying to bubble things up through implementation first, community group second, maybe someday normative kind of a flow. And yeah, I think people on the AC are probably wondering when do we have documents to review? When is there broader review needed? And soon. We're working on getting. I think everyone is just really worried about good consensus. So everyone is leaving lots of room for debate before getting outside review. But I think we're moving finally towards maintenance working group to give peace of mind to bigger implementations. And yeah, community groups humming along. So yeah, in terms of the technical stuff, I think the most interesting stuff, task forces are each sort of working on different layers of the ActivityPub protocol. So there's the ActivityPub HTML discovery thing, which is pretty interesting if you're tracking the evolution of HTML and sort of browser affordances. So there's Evan gave a really good talk at the W3C day that was recorded a month ago. If you work on browsers and are curious about that kind of anchoring, that off protocol just in the regular web, people might want to be aware of and know how to work with designers, UX people. There's a lot of inside baseball AP stuff. Trust and safety is kind of interesting to the ethics accessibility folks. And yeah, obviously people are probably maybe heard about the end-to-end encryption. That one's obviously pretty high stakes, so that one's maybe moving the slowest. But These are task forces, so if anyone is curious, they can look on GitHub or just email the mailing list for updates or find me at the break.